give it up for the hilarious Austin Train.
And real quick, keep it going for 619 Spirits for putting the show on. Hell of a bar. I love this place. Some of you may have recognized me from the Comedy Store documentary. Some of you also may have recognized me from season 2. I was the winner of season 2, Love on the Spectrum. And they made me neurotypical when I won. They took away my autism. I didn't know they could do that. It was fantastic. Guys, it's also, whoa, holy shit. Oh, it's rocking a little bit. All right, that'll be fun. That'll be fun to deal with later in the set. Oh, I'm gonna move a lot, baby. You're gonna get a lawsuit, Cash. I'm gonna sue the fuck out of you, dude. Any guy with a British accent has money, for sure. Like, he's tucked away somewhere. He has some shillings and pounds somewhere that he's not telling us about. And I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. It's also Memorial Day weekend. We got Nate, guys. Keep going for the troops. Do we have any veterans in here? No, just North Park. There's nowhere for them to park their Ford F-150s, so they couldn't make it. That's a good joke. You know, every veteran I know drives a Ford F-150. I love, yeah, your brother does? I love the troops, dude. My little brother is in the Navy. My grandfather was in the Army. I love the troops, man. Almost got into a fight with a troop a while back, right? This guy at a bar shoves me. He goes, I'm a veteran. I'm like, uh-oh. And he goes, Air Force. And I was like, thank God. Oh my God. Oh my God, thank God. I was almost gonna get my ass kicked up. I was like, been doing the road a lot, man. I've been traveling all over the country. It's a lot of fun. The only thing is I drive a hybrid with California plates. Right? Everywhere I go, I'm the most hated man on the highway. People try to ride me off the road, but I kind of like to lean into it. You know, kind of like to play the villain. So I rolled in my window. I had my bright pink vape. I'm like, excuse me, do you know where to get some avocado toast around here? I'm at the Love's truck stop. I'm like, where do you guys do Pilates around here? I'm a little stiff. And this is true. I got offered cocaine in Idaho. And it has never been easier to turn down cocaine. I was like, I used to live in Hollywood, man. I don't want your cocaine. Here's the thing, guys. Don't do cocaine. Don't do cocaine, but for sure don't do cocaine somewhere no one speaks Spanish. That ain't cocaine, Poppy. That's Los Amphetaminos. I don't do drugs anymore, though. When I was growing up, man, I used to love smoking weed. But after a while, weed started making me paranoid. Every time I smoked weed, I was afraid of everything. And then I found out about cocaine. And cocaine made everything afraid of me. So it was a step in the right direction. But then I had to stop, man, because everyone got to test their drugs now, right? It got scary. I was at my friend's bachelor party, right? My friend brought some cocaine. He goes, oh no, I forgot the fentanyl testing strips. And I was like, don't worry, man. I'm the test. This is the testing strip right here. This is how we know. This is how we know if it's good or not. That's what we did growing up, dude. We didn't have fancy drug tests. If we were worried about sketchy drugs, we would give those drugs to our friend who had the worst life. We'd be like, hey, Skylar, man, sorry, forgot about your birthday, dog. This bag is all you for about 30, 45 minutes. Let us know what it feels like to breathe. I was raised by my grandparents. Anyone else in here raised by my grandparents? There we go. You look familiar. Man, when you get raised by old folks, you develop a love for oatmeal raisin cookies, right? Because it looks like a chocolate chip cookie, but then you bite into it. You're like, I've been deceived. This is like a cookie in drag. This cookie is from Thailand, and now it's my favorite kind of cookie. It's the only cookie that can make me come now. But getting raised by old folks, man, old folks love the news. Every day, coming home from school, the news is on. Old people just binge watch the news, right? But I feel like old people get a little too emotionally invested in the news, right? A while back, I'm in my grandfather's house. I was in the kitchen, he was in the living room. I hear Grandpa yelling, so I think maybe Grandpa's falling, he might need some help, right? Run through the door. What is it, Grandpa? Are you okay? Grandpa's fine, he's just sitting on the couch watching the news. He goes, I'm okay. I'm just watching this nonsense. I'll tell you something. I'm worried about the future. I was like, the future? Grandpa, you are 95 years old. You gotta be in the moment, dog. Live in the present. You know what? No, fuck that. Live in the past. Just live in the past, man. Dude, my grandfather fought in World War II, right? But he was kind of one man. Oh, he's the guy who shamed you into clapping. That's you guys like. We don't know how we feel about World War II. No, my grandfather, but he was a quiet guy, so we didn't talk about it all that much. And I was thinking, dude, if I was in World War II, you would never hear the end of that shit. I just be like, remember when me and the boys saved the fucking world? You guys remember that? Dude, I'd be at the bar. It's like, okay. Okay, we're just gonna let a hero buy his own drinks? And/or cocaine? Okay. I see how this country treats its heroes. I don't know, I have a friend who watches the news too much, man. He watches the news too much. And he'll call me up and he's like, man, it just feels like it's the end of the world. And I'm like, man, people have been talking about the end of the world for thousands of years. The world is still here. I feel like when people talk about the end of the world, it's a lot like when a woman tells you she's almost there. You're like, look, I have no doubt that will happen at some point. Will I be around for it? Okay, we don't. Which one of you was that? Getting heckled from the side. That was a good one though. Okay, all right. Slowly losing control of the audience. Okay. Told myself I wasn't gonna have a meltdown tonight, but we'll see what the night takes us, huh? I don't know. I used to like making my grandfather angry. You guys ever do that? You guys ever like tease your grandparents? Yeah. It's fun to watch. Dude, nothing is funner than watching an old white man get mad. Right? They start to get shaky on you. They get all shaky like that rage. Like their frail body can't contain that inner rage, you know? But my grandfather didn't like to cuss. The one time we ever heard him say the F word, he caught my brothers with their friends smoking weed in the alleyway. And it was the middle of the night. Grandpa was wearing a matching set of Christmas pajamas that Grandma had made him wear, right? So my older brother goes brave. He said, don't worry about it, old man. And this set Grandpa off, right? Grandpa's face turns bright red. He starts shaking. The shakes start down at his feet before slowly working their way up to the rest of his body. And he's like, you know what? I've had just about enough of this goddamn malarkey. Fuck you. And then he had to go lay down for 4.5 hours. Took a lot of anagrams. I take care of my grandmother now, and I had to clean out her fridge the other day. You guys ever been in an old person's fridge? It's fucking terrifying. There's a bottle of cocktail sauce from 2006. It has mold growing on the outside of it. I was trying to throw it away. My grandmother got upset. She goes, it's still good. I'm like, Gram, it's old. We gotta get rid of it. And this is what she answers. She goes, well, I'm old. Are you just gonna get rid of me? And I thought about it for a moment. I was like, yeah, if you're moldy, you don't get to stay in the house, dude. Here's the thing, people and food very different, right? When food expires, take it out of the fridge. When people expire, that's when you put them in the fridge. Very different. No, I love my grandmother though, but she's one of those old people with no filter, right? We're sitting down, we're watching some TV, a commercial for autism comes on. My grandma goes, oh, Austin, when you were younger, we thought you had autism. So we went and had you tested. I was like, and? She goes, oh, it was so long ago, I don't remember. That's real interesting, Graham. How about you just keep that shit to yourself? Let's make that a family secret. You know, those family secrets that we guard with our lives. I don't have autism, but I was thinking about it, and honestly, I kind of wish I did. Autism is hot right now, guys. They just headlined Coachella. It's a big deal. Because it's not like you have it or don't, right? This is a spectrum, and they just pick an arbitrary point on that spectrum, and they go, you're either autistic, or you just have too many Legos. And I wish I had autism. I wish I had autism because, look, by regular standards, my life not going that well. But by autistic standards, I'm fucking crushing it, dude. One of the top autistic guys in the whole country. You know, shit, I've had sex. I'm for sure in the top 5. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm coming for that top spot, Elon Musk. That's right. I saw that Cybertruck, man. That Cybertruck sucks, dude. Here's the thing. When I was growing up, dude, a truck was what a man would drive, right? A man would drive a truck. I never drove a truck, but a man would drive a truck, right? And a man would use a truck like a tool, right? He put tools in his truck. He would put supplies in his truck. If a man had a job to do, he would take that truck down to the Home Depot and pick up some Latino gentlemen. You can't do that in a Cybertruck, can you? Oh, what? You're gonna download some Mexicans? Some of you guys pulled back, but that's a very good joke. I assure you. I don't know. I don't like Elon Musk. There's another thing I don't like about Elon Musk. Elon Musk has a bunch of kids, but most of them were through in vitro fertilization. So it's like, I like how he doesn't understand how to be the richest man in the world, right? Part of being if you're gonna be the richest man in the world, shouldn't you at least, I don't know, be getting a lot of pussy, right? Like, come on. You just having kids without having sex? Is it IVF crowd or what? Apparently the last one he just like mailed his sperm to, and she had a kid. I'm not gonna mail you my sperm if I'm the richest man in the world, right? You're getting that shit express delivery. Little too express, if you know what I mean. Alright, tighten up about Elon, it's okay. Anyone in therapy? We got a lot of people. North Park's in therapy. People would tell me like, Austin, you just have to try therapy. Like it's like yoga or something. Like I've been in therapy for 20 years. And if anything, I'm crazier now than I was when I started. And kind of want my money back, to be honest. I don't know, man. They diagnosed me with bipolar. And people are like accepting of mental health stuff, but they're still a little weird about it. I told this lady, I said, I'm bipolar. And she goes, oh, no, sweetie. You mean you have bipolar? I was like, look, lady. I'm the fucking lunatic here, all right? In fact, I prefer the term deranged American. That's what we prefer to be called. I like hearing about it because everyone has to tell you about their diagnoses now, right? Somebody told me that they had seasonal depression. And I was like, your depression is seasonal. Must be nice. Does your depression have a summer home in Tahoe? Perhaps your depression dropped out of college to find itself. My depression never takes a day off, you know what I'm saying? My depression has that immigrant work ethic. My depression swam across the Gulf of Mexico to provide a better life for him and his family. Thank you for correcting me. Hopefully we won't be arrested calling it the Gulf of Mexico. My depression, its original name was Depressione, but it got changed at Ellis Island. All right, you guys went along for that one, okay. Somebody said, who's Puerto Rican? You guys are Puerto Rican? My dad's actually Puerto Rican. Yeah, my dad's full-blooded Puerto Rican, but he can't dance, can't speak Spanish. He was adopted. His name is fucking Eric. He's not very good at being Puerto Rican. So when I was growing up, I was trying to get in touch with the culture a little bit, try to teach myself Spanish, but I didn't have anybody to speak it to, so I gave up. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna be white. It seems to be working out for a lot of people. Then I grow up and, looks like I bet on the wrong horse. Dude, everyone's mad at straight white guys. If I had known about this, I would have leaned into the Puerto Rican thing, right? Could have been muy famoso, muy rico, muy famoso. But now I'm a part of the solution, no longer part of the problem, right? See a comedy show lineup, a lot of straight white guys on it. I'll call up the booker. I'll go, hey man, couldn't help but notice, not a lot of people of color on your lineup. You go, oh my God, thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. Who do you recommend? I'm like, me, pendejo. You have to book me. So this is a fun thing. One of my grandma's best friend in the neighborhood is this 90-year-old Puerto Rican woman named Vicky. And I started going to see her instead of a therapist because she'll give me the same information. She's like, when you think patos, you just go, no patos. And she also like makes me arroz con gandules, so it's like kind of better than an actual therapist. I don't know. I was thinking about this. I was always scared of my dad growing up. Is anybody else scared of their dad?
No.
Which got, well, that was a definitive no. You said a bitch-ass dad, huh? Time to go to school, sweetie. Fuck you, Dad. I'll beat your ass, Dad. That's what's wrong with this country. That's why the economy's bad, is because your father was too nice to you growing up. No, I was scared of my dad, dude. My dad played college football, so he's a scary guy. But there comes a time in like every man's life when you physically surpass your father. For me, I was like 18 or 19, and I finally beat my dad at basketball. Not only did I beat him, I cooked his ass, dude. I hit him with this crossover move, right? He trips over his New Balances. He topples to the earth. I step back, I hit the three, and then I step over him walking down the court. And I was like, you know what, Dad? You can come to me for advice now. I was like, you know what? I think you need to get a job. How about that? I noticed that there's a lot of moms and daughters have difficult relationships, right? A lot of moms are real hard on the daughters. I've seen this one. A lot of moms will criticize their daughter's physical appearance, which I don't like because, first off, those are your genetics. If she doesn't look right, that's kind of on you, really. I was at a family dinner, and my aunt called my cousin fat. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, You're fat, she's fat, that's how I know you're related. So, yeah. I don't know. This is my thing. I think you should just tell your daughter that she's beautiful. Even if it isn't true. Especially if it isn't true. Because love means sometimes you gotta lie a little bit, right? Let's say hypothetically your girlfriend asks you, hey, do you think my sister is prettier than me? You go, oh, of course not, babe. Your sister's so hideous, I almost threw up the first time I met her. And that's not true. Your girlfriend's sister, Nina, well, she's looking pretty good. And she looks like she's adventurous in a way that your girlfriend simply is not. But you gotta lie because you're a good man. You gotta tell that lie. I don't have a family of my own. I do have a nephew though. Any uncles in the crowd? Pretty much the guys I thought. For sure. No, the mustache and then of course Cash. I love being an uncle because it's like you're the backup dad, right? You don't have any real responsibilities, but if the first string dad goes down with like a torn ACL, they're like, get off the bench, get in there, backup dad. But everyone makes the same joke when you tell them you're an uncle. They're like, oh, I bet you're the creepy uncle, huh? And the mustache doesn't help, but it hurts my feelings, you know? It hurts my feelings. Because I was always great with kids growing up, dude. I was always babysitting your cousins, nieces, nephews, but I can't compliment my friend's kid. Or I can't tell my friend he has a cute kid, he'll get suspicious. I'm hanging out at my friend's house, this kid comes running in from like, oh, is that your kid? Wow, sure is a nice, that's a sturdy child. And I'm like still good with kids. Like this happened the other day. I was walking along the bay, a kid comes running up to me in a panic. He's like, mister, you gotta help. Right? Apparently he'd been fishing. He got the fishing hook caught in a seagull's leg. So we were trying to get it out, couldn't quite get it out, so we step aside, call Humane Society. But as we step aside, the seagull flips around and kind of swims off. And the kid's like in a panic. He's like, we gotta help him. We gotta help him. And I was like, all right, now it's time to be like an uncle, right? And I got down on one knee, right? I was like, look, buddy, I know it's very disappointing. Life can be real frustrating sometimes. But as we get older, we learn that we just gotta accept some things. Like you just gotta accept that you're a bad person. You murdered that seagull. And now you're going to El Salvador, so better brush up on that Espanol, buddy. You know what I was thinking about though? I was like, you know who's actually, like, we never talk about how creepy aunts are, right? Everyone dunks on uncles. Aunts have gotten a free pass to just run hog wild. Are you pointing at yourself? You're for sure creepy. I see you have the sunglasses. These are creepy. Because like, first off, think about it. Who's the one who makes you kiss them? Right? Your uncle makes you kiss them, you call the fucking police. No. I see that though, women get a little creepy with kids sometimes. They're just like, they see a cute kid, like, oh, he's so cute. I just want to eat his little fingers. And I want to eat his little toes. And I want to eat his little face. Like, that's cannibalism. That's way worse than a mustache. This is just what happens when you give up, that's all. No, but I've noticed that sometimes women will like flirt with young, I don't know, I'm going to tell this story. I used to live in my mom's house, right? My mom was a single mother, and she'd have house parties, all the neighbor ladies would come around and drink wine, and I would get like a lot of feminine attention because I was the only guy around. Like get drunk, like slide up next to me on the couch, kind of flirt with me. He's like, oh, Austin, you're getting so big. You're so handsome now. Do you have a girlfriend? I was like, Mrs. Phillips. Are you trying to fuck or what? I just had a 2-liter of Mountain Dew, and I'm ready to go. I don't know. I've always had kind of a thing for older women. Because like, I don't know, there's a lot of talk about the age gaps, right? But I feel different. Like older woman, younger man, I'm excited. I'm like, you're about to learn something, young blood. Younger woman, older man, I'm like, that's a little creepy for me, right? Because like an older woman's gonna take care of you. She's gonna take you home. She's gonna sleep with you. Then she's gonna teach you how to do your taxes. It's a beneficial relationship. That's why when I see the stories about the students and the teachers, I have a different response, right? Male teacher, female student, I'm like, that's a heinous crime. Throw that guy behind bars. Female teacher, male student, I'm like, well, let's see a picture. If she's looking good, well done, young man. You have a bright future ahead of you. If she's looking a little rough, put that bitch in the electric chair. We can't let her do that to our boys. I got a real dysfunctional family, man. My family, they're always like talking, they always want to argue, they're always talking politics. They're from California, they all moved to Idaho. They said it's because California was too liberal. But really what happened is that they ran out of money. And don't worry, I know I brought up politics, people kind of like tighten up. I never talk politics on stage, right? I don't want to talk down to anybody. I don't want to alienate anyone in the crowd. But real quick, here are my politics. I want free health care. Yeah. Some pharmaceutical execs over on this side. Not a lot of applause. And I want a gun. Let me explain. You're gonna need the health care, well, because you got the gun. You're gonna need the gun for when you go to the doctors, they go, that'll be a $500 copay, sir. I thought that there was a special today. A special, sir? 38 special. Bitch. Now I get all the medicine. What's up, dude? Put some Percocets and some condoms in that bag. Today will be a great day. But my family, they always try to bait me into these arguments, right? They're always like, oh, Austin, you're still in California. What do you think about these trans athletes, huh? What do you think about these trans athletes playing women's sports? And I'm like, haha, nice try. You're not going to trick me into caring about women's sports. That's where I draw the line, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I think trans athletes are employed by big women to get you to talk about lady sports. And you guys fell for that one, but me, I'm too smart. I don't know. Do you guys think it's unfair to let trans athletes play women's sports? Trick question. Don't give a fuck. Sounds like a whole lot of not my problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel bad for you. I had to play football against Samoans, so. Not my fault you can't outswim somebody with a penis. If anything, they have a penis. That should be slowing them down in the water. You should be swimming laps around here. Sorry, we can't end on that joke. No, I love the trans people. Got a lot of trans friends. Some people get upset about trans people. I was at this bar, not as nice as establishment as this one. This bar, this guy was going off about trans people. He's all upset. He's like, man, this is messed up. What if you brought home a good-looking lady and you brought her back to your place and you found out she's packing? And I said, hey man, I couldn't help it over here. You know, I look at it like this. How does the old classic saying goes? If it walks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, and that duck can't get pregnant, that's a great duck. Oh, what's that? That duck can also talk college football? Great duck. You guys enjoyed my set. After the show, I will be selling some merch. I'll be selling my sex tape. It's entitled Duck Duck Goose, so please keep an eye on mine. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been great. Keep going, okay?